Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be testing out the Arteza acrylic paint markers and a few quick things about them. They're like the Posca pens. They are a pump. You gotta shake them, then you gotta pump them, and then you gotta do all that. So first I am swatching them all so you can see, and I got the 40 set, which was only 40 bucks, so it's about $1 a pen. And they are very thick. I don't know if they come in thin or not, but they are very thick. But they did come with 2 baggies of tips, but they're chisel tips. You originally get only bullet nibs, and the baggies only come with chisels. You don't get like a thinner nib or anything. It's just the chisels. So let's talk about some pros and cons about these. I don't know specifically what the Posca pens are. They say acrylic ink markers, or no, sorry, acrylic paint markers. But as I look at these, they say a water-based ink. So they're also a type of ink, which is interesting. But I did try to use a little bit of water right when I put it down, and it didn't move. So I'm guessing they're not like, I don't know. I guess they're not really, I mean, they're water-based, obviously, but they're not like, you can use them with like watercolor or something. That doesn't work. But I did find that you can blend them. They blend a lot better on paper. On this paper that I used as my reference for color, they did blend a lot better on that. And then other than instead of the cardboard, they blended okay on the cardboard, but they definitely need a smoother surface in order to blend. But I also did, before I started this one, try a more like plasticky surface. I don't know what to call it. It came with my new laptop that I had gotten. They're like hard, but they're like cardboard, but they're slick. It's weird, and they just absorbed into them. And there was no color, so I had to ditch my plan and use this instead. But yeah, so even though I had started that on that slick surface, I was using that color that I'm using for the skin, which is actually called Ballerina Pink. It messed up the nib in some way, so it was very hard to actually like get a lot of color down. So finally, when I started working on the body, which you'll probably see, I had to remove the bullet nib, and I put in a chisel chisel nib, there we go. And at first I was thinking maybe a lineless work, but that didn't work with these kinds of pens. I couldn't blend as well as I wanted to, and I'm guessing it's just because on that cardboard, because like I said, they blend pretty well on a smoother surface, like that paper that I had for my reference picture. And this piece, until it gets like its lines, it's kind of ugly for a little while, but I do really like how this artwork came out. I think it's really pretty, and I hope you guys stay to the end to see it, because I think it came out really cute and really pretty, and I really like it. It's not something that I normally do. So I just got these out on a whim because I've always wanted like Poscas, and I thought maybe I should just get a cheaper alternative and see how they work. And I really do like these. I think they work very well, and I want to work on other things with them. I kind of want to see, because I know people doing, you know, Posca pens on phone cases and stuff. I kind of want to do my phone case and see what happens. Maybe I'll make a video if you guys let me know. You should tell me if you want to see that. Though they would be very hard to get any type of detail. Oh, here I am changing the nib out. They did give the the tweezers too, in order to change the nibs. So that was nice. But I did, even though the bullet tips weren't, you know, they weren't damaged or anything, except for like the tan one was kind of damaged, and I did throw that one away. But the brown, the yellow ochre, and the black, I took out the nibs so I could have a thinner point, so it was a little bit easier to use. I did take that out, and I have them in another plastic baggie. They didn't give me the plastic baggie, I just, you know, I have one. So that's what I decided to do with that. But as you can see, as I put the lines in, it looks a lot better. And after I put in the rest of the hair and not just have, you know, some kind of weird, you know, mustache on her face, or on her head, I should say, it does start to look a lot better, I think. And as you can see, I just worked on the face for the first little while because obviously I was getting, you know, used to these. I didn't know how to blend them. I'm using my finger. I'm putting wet paint on dry paint, and I'm also putting wet paint on wet paint. So wet paint on wet paint definitely worked a lot better. But then I do start the hand, and you can actually, on the face it's a lot harder to see the streaking, but on the rest of it it's a lot easier, especially on the torso, which you'll see when I do. So I was very nervous to do the rest of it because I didn't want the streakiness, but I knew I probably couldn't avoid it. And I just think that's because it's cardboard and not like a piece of paper. So it's soaking in quite a bit, and plus it's a light color on a darker color, so I understand. I did do 2 to 3 coats, I think, especially on her hand and on her body. I don't think I did that many coats on her face. It just seemed to have worked better, and it's probably because I had the shading more on that, with the cheeks and the actual shading and the eye shadow and stuff like that. And you'll see me go back and forth a lot, especially back to the face, just fixing up a few things, you know, coloring over. If I had already made the black lines, I colored over them if I didn't like where the placement was and stuff like that. I think that the original picture that I drew in my sketchbook is prettier. I don't know why the lips look so weird to me. I mean, now that it's done, I like them, but I just really like the look of the one in my sketchbook more. I still think they're both pretty. I just really like the sketchbook one more. I just think it looks better. But I already took out the bullet nib for the black, and I put in the chisel tip so I can, you know, make a little bit less thick lines. I wanted thinner lines, but I really do like the bold line look just because this is a very simple piece compared to some stuff that I have done, and I do think that these, that this bold line look, which I wouldn't normally do, looks very good. And it's probably just because it's a simpler piece. I don't think something with a lot of detail would look as good, but I do still really like this. And in order to get my chisel, or my normal, like the ballerina pink to work a lot, I had to scribble over on the side, which is fine because I end up cutting out this like oval shape around her, almost like it's like one of those old-timey fashioned, what do you want to call them, portraits kind of things. And I go back and forth with the mustache hair for a while before I put the rest of the hair on her. And this is where I decided to take out the nib and put in the chisel, which I think was better because it, well, besides the fact that it wasn't fluttered up from the first one that I tried to do, but it also covered a lot more area. These pens are very opaque too, which works really well because I do end up putting pearls, like a pearl necklace on her, and it goes over the skin perfectly fine. I only had to do about 2 layers, but I still think it worked out pretty well. And I love this gold. The gold came out awesome. It was very easy to, you know, stick down. You can't really see anything through it, so. It took a couple coats to get the body opaque. I didn't really like the, I say a lot. I didn't like that scraggliness, that, what do you call it, the streakiness. I thought it was really ugly, so I kept going over it as many times as I could, and it kind of worked out. I mean, you're really just seeing the grain from the, what's it called, cardboard that I'm using. And some things that did happen, like with the chisel nib, for some reason, it would only go to the point sometimes, and sometimes it wouldn't go all the way to the back part of the chisel. So I had to like either shake it or pump it a few times in order to get it to work. I mean, you can see over on the side how many times I've had to, you know, fix the nib because it was buggered up, but I still blame that on the fact that I tried to use it on a surface that it wasn't meant for. Because as you can see, it wasn't really any other color except for that ballerina pink, which was the only one that I used on that weird surface. The black and the brown, a couple of times I had to, just because I think I just need to shake them more. I just didn't shake them. Shake, shake, shake. And I do the background. The background black, there we go. And instead of, you know, wasting all the ink or all the paint in my marker, I decided to just take out some black paint. It's just normal black acrylic paint that I use. And do it in that, like, oval shape. So after that dries, I cut it out. And bam, there it is. Look at that. Woo! A little awkward, but that's okay. So just fixing up some parts that I missed with the acrylic paint, and then we're going to take a gold marker and outline her and the outer rim of the oval. And of course fixing her hair, because I went back and forth on her hair I don't know how many times. I do think her hair is very elegant, though. You know, I'm just seeing that I should have put a little bit of black in between where her mouth and her hair is. Oopsies! There should be gold there. Oh well. And this is the only other time that I use acrylic paint, and it's just for her eyelashes, because I want, you know, voluminous eyelashes and be pretty and all that. That's gonna annoy me now that I know it's there. Hear me fix it right now. Some ASMR. So here's a fun part. We're gonna make some ribbon roses, and I'm showing you how to do the petals right now. This blistered my finger because I did this so often, or so much. I made hundreds of petals, and my fingers hurt. They still hurt. They're still all weird and gross. But as you can see, I'm in my pajamas in my bed making these. So I made all of these petals, and now we are going to make some roses to put on this, and, you know, just give it a little dazzle. So what I use is some hot glue, and this is a thing that I saw on Instagram. I do not take credit for this at all. This was an Instagram post that I saw, and I was like, damn, I want to do that. So I did it for the first time, made little barrettes, and then I decided that I need to do this. So I'm gluing all the petals together with that triangular shape on top of each other. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn around and you're going to roll it on some, I have barbecue, or what are they called? What are they called? Skewers. The skewer sticks, that's what they're called. And I have a lot more purple than I do anything else, so I actually have more purple flowers. And I have an extra purple flower left over. So I just roll them up on the skewer, and then I slowly turn the skewer back and forth to loosen up the glue and pull it out, because you don't want to keep any wood in there, because it's ugly and you can see it. So, and if you have different lengths, you should go largest to smallest, because when you turn around it'll be smallest to largest, and that's what you want. Like my white petals, they were different sizes. So I put them, the first one I did in the wrong order. I did the large petals first and then the small petals. Or no, I did the small petals first and then the large petals. But you should go opposite. But it still worked out. I just did it backwards when I skewered it up. And I decided that there was too big of a hole in the middle, so I was pushing a tiny petal down in there to try to give it a little bit more, you know, oomph. Boom, flowers. Look at that. So we got 3 pink, 3 white, and, well, I had 5 purple, but we're only going to use 4. So I did the white on top in the middle with 2 purple and then 2 pink. And then on the bottom, I did 1 pink in the middle, and then 2 purple, and then 2 white. And that's pretty much it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I loved this. This was so much fun, even though my fingers are still broken and gross, but that's okay. So I really hope you guys enjoy, and if you did, why not leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!